I'm just laying in bed and I thought about it and I said, you know what? I'm gonna post a commentary video on YouTube. You know, I just wanted to get on here and talk. I don't really have a therapist right now, so I kind of guess this will just have to do. Maybe somebody out there is feeling a little like I am. Maybe you're in your early 20s. Maybe you just graduated college too. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you're 45 and still feel this way. I don't really know. I just know that lately I felt really lost. People always talk about your early 20s like they're supposed to be exciting. You're supposed to be building your career, finding the love of your life, figuring out who you are. Nobody really tells you how confusing it is. Nobody tells you that you can be surrounded by so many people who love you and still feel unbelievably lonely. Nobody tells you that you can accomplish something as big as graduating college when I never thought I'd get to go and somehow still feel like you're standing completely still. I keep coming back to this poem I found in my phone. I wrote it around the time my nephew was born about 2.5 years ago. It's called Do I Do It Now? Every time a new flower blossoms, one that I find so beautiful, it only makes watering them that much harder. Do I do it now, knowing that I will leave these flowers unattended? As my garden grows, I will only leave more to wonder where I went, who I was. Do I run from these flowers? Do I do it now? When I found this again, I thought I'd read it and think differently. I thought enough time would have passed and I would have just felt healed and better, at peace in a different place mentally, but in reality, I'm not. I'm about to have another nephew or niece in less than a month, and instead of only feeling excitement, I feel a strange fear that time is just moving way faster than I am or want it to. I graduated college. I don't have a job yet. I don't have a girlfriend. I have no money. I don't really know what the next chapter of my life is supposed to look like. I guess I've seen or heard. And it's not hard, or it's hard not to compare yourself to everyone else. I see all my friends doing so well, and I just feel like I'm so behind. It feels like somebody just forgot to, hand me the manual on how to do this life thing. People tell you don't compare yourself, but when your entire life has kind of just been built around milestones, it's really difficult to not wonder, am I falling behind? Lately, I've been watching a lot of movies. I think movies hit differently when you're in a different season of life where you're trying to find meaning. I watched Manchester by the Sea. And I'm not some huge film guy who's analyzed movies by any sense, but sorry, I just had to take a sip of water. I was just trying to spend some time outside of my own head. I was just sitting in my room watching it alone. And I just realized there's something terrifying, about stories where things don't magically get better. We're so used to movies telling us that if you just wait, everything works out. The fun music starts, people start hugging, and the scene with the whole life story of how this person succeeded comes on. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes people just carry things. Sometimes healing isn't becoming the person you used to be. It's just, learning how to keep walking with what happened. The movie scared me just because part of me wondered, am I strong enough? If
Look out!
that's how it is for me. I feel like I've been this way for, 7 years now. And I don't think people talk enough about those thoughts. Not because they're like easy, but because they're uncomfortable. I've had moments where I wondered what the point of all this was. I think more people have had those moments than we're willing to admit. Not necessarily because they want life to end, but because they desperately want life to make sense, is the way I like to look at it. I've had a lot of history with that struggle. But I think there's a difference in that saying. We don't want to disappear. We wanna understand why we're here. I think that's what so many of us are actually searching for. Purpose. Not happiness all the time. Not a shit ton of success, I guess maybe. Just a reason to wake up tomorrow morning, feeling like, hell yeah, I get to do life today. Maybe that's why those flowers in my poem still mean so much to me. The flowers aren't just people, they're memories, they're opportunities, they're relationships. They're all the things that make life beautiful. And somehow that's exactly what makes life terrifying. Because the more beautiful something is, the more you realize, I could lose it. And maybe that's why becoming an adult feels so strange. When you're a kid, life is mostly about what you're going to get and do. When you get older, you slowly realize that life is also about what you'll eventually lose. Parents get older, kids are born, friends move away, people change, we change, and somehow the clock just keeps on moving, whether you're ready or not. My parents have been on my mind a lot lately. I don't know, maybe it's just realizing they're getting older. Maybe it's just recognizing that this season of my life won't last forever. There's gonna be a day when family dinners will look different. I mean, they already do. 2 of my brothers moved out. They have their families. There will be conversations I didn't know were the last ones. I just hate thinking about that, but pretending time doesn't exist doesn't stop it from moving. I've heard that before somewhere. I don't fucking know. I guess that's why I've been thinking so much. I don't know. What are we all supposed to do on this floating route, guys? Seriously, you'll tell me? We're here for what feels like, I don't know, the blink of an eye. We work, we laugh, we lose people, we love people, we make memories. And then one day, we're just the memories. How is anyone supposed to even process that? I don't know. Maybe the point isn't to solve life. Maybe it's not like some game. Maybe it's, something you're supposed to experience more than understand. Whatever. I don't know. Honestly, I kind of hate not knowing. I want answers. I want a path. I want a clear path. I want some, genie wizard person to come sit me down and say, yo, bro, here's exactly how your life's gonna go. And it's all gonna be good. But nobody can do that. So I guess all any of us can really do is, just keep showing up. Keep watering the flowers. Keep loving your people while they're here. Keep staying for those people. Keep believing tomorrow might be good, even if it seems like there's no way it could be. I don't know, maybe purpose isn't something you wake up and just suddenly find. I don't know. Something could just happen. One conversation, one decision, one act of kindness. Just another reason to stay. If you're listening. God, I'm tired. If you're listening to this, I've been feeling anything like I've been feeling. I just want you to know you're not alone. I know how isolating it can feel when your own mind convinces you everyone else has it figured out. I promise you they don't. Some people are just a lot better at hiding it. If you're carrying something heavy, I hope you tell someone. I'm telling y'all. Tell a friend, tell a parent, tell a sibling, tell a therapist, tell anybody. Like I said, I'm telling y'all, just do this. This is what I'm telling. You don't gotta carry everything by yourself. As for me, I will keep trying. It's really all I can promise. Keep trying to believe there's something beautiful ahead, even if I can't see it. Maybe I'll come back on here and talk again if anyone wants to listen. It's not the plan. I don't know, maybe I'll just come back because I need to. Either way, if you watch, thanks for spending a few minutes with me. I love you. Take care of yourself. And if today feels impossible, just make it to tomorrow, man. Sometimes that's enough. Good night.